recording now.
It's extremely important for everyone to know, where they are so they can be in position and really what their job description is. What is it that I'm responsible for? What is it that I'm accountable for? If I don't have that, then I don't know what my expectation is, do I? And nothing is more frustrating than not understanding what people expect of you. You don't know when you succeeded if you don't have expectations. You don't know when you fail. It's all arbitrary. We don't ever want to put anybody in that type of position. So a team leader, first thing is to give direction. We're going to Houston. Okay? It's to give direction. To obtain what?
Plans, ideas, and recommendations.
And we get this from what? The team members. So, we're going to Houston. This is the way we're going to go. This is how we're going to do it. These are the logistics. That's extremely important. Now, what? Once we get the plans, ideas, and recommendations, what? The plan must be authorized to be executed. We don't just do it because it's a good plan or because we think it's a good plan. It must be what? Authorized or commissioned in order to be executed. So that's important. A lot of times this is where we really run into conflicts. We run into conflicts. Teacher comes up with a plan to do something, a field trip or something. It really wasn't authorized as such. When changes are made, people get out of the pocket. Happens all the time in all organizations, not just in education. And then we must provide the resources. We call it CTTM, which is to coach what?
Teach, train, and mentor.
And when we coach, teach, and train and mentor, we're providing what? The basic resources for success. Now you can think of some others, but most of those are material resources. And fairly obvious from the beginning what it's going to take. If we're going to drive a car to Texas, we have to have a car. So that goes without saying. But what we really want to know is what? Have we coached, taught, trained, and mentored in such a way that we can have a safe and effective trip? Then we must what? Obtain an evaluation. That word obtain is significant. The team should provide the evaluation. Whoever's doing the work needs to provide the evaluation. Doesn't mean that you're going to accept it just as it is, and that's what it is. But you need to know how they feel about their success. How successful does your team feel about what they've done? And then you can modify it up or down, and you can get the rationale for that. Well, you thought you were 80% successful. I thought you were 85%. And the reason I said that is because I was unable to give you all the resources necessary to do this, but you got it done anyway. And so, I'm going to give you an 85 on it. Conversely, I'm giving you 70 because I provided you with everything you needed, and it should have been pretty easy for you to get to the 85 or the 90, but you only got to the 80, so I'm going to give you a 75. People will accept reality. Give it to them straight, give it to them lovingly, and you won't have the problems that a lot of us imagine. Any questions here?
The coaching, teaching, training, and mentoring, can we discuss a little bit about what makes them different?
Yes. Anybody want to share with her on that? Anybody understand that the difference between the two?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's Ms. Hines.
Yes, with coaching, it's the correcting and encouraging on spot. That means while the task is on hand, you're going to correct and encourage. You don't wait until it is gone, then you're going to do it. You do it immediately, but you do it in a way that will help the individual to become successful.
Okay.
With teaching, you present the methodology. And with the training, it's repetitiveness. It's you constantly remind them what they need to do. And with mentoring, you as a leader, you provide that model for the person to follow.
Very good. Anybody have anything to add to that? Okay. So teaching what? We actually what? Give them the facts there.
Yeah.
No. Training, we what? We rehearse it. We rehearse what we're doing over and over and over until it becomes what? Reflex or a habit. Okay. The team member, what?
Protects the leader. The
Okay.
vision holder.
Okay. Now, why is that so important, Peggy? Why is that so important?
The vision is given to a person.
So it's not just floating in the air. It comes to someone. So that person that's holding the vision is key to the vision becoming a reality. So it's about the leader being protected and not just the idea in the air.
Okay. So if we protect the vision holder, we are in essence protecting the vision. Because the vision holder is carrying the vision. Okay. And sometimes, you know, you can, the idea of a good leader is what? To try to share the vision with as many as possible, as soon as possible. But most times, you cannot give the complete vision to someone else. You can give portions of it, you know, as much as you're able to impart. Okay. The second thing we say is what? Do whatever it takes to accomplish the vision. Of course, we say that it must be ethical, effective, and prudent. Just don't do anything. But within those parameters, whatever it takes to accomplish the vision. And this entails something we call what? A lot of times, a person, a leader, or an effective person must sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there is no appreciation. Without appreciation, what? There is no maintenance. Without maintenance, there is no value. So it all begins with sacrifice. You know, if I would just get up and give my son a brand new car, okay, fully paid for, give him a car to buy all of the gas that it takes to go in the car, okay, chances are, this is one son. I give the other son, I have him to go out and earn the money to buy a car, okay? He earns the money to pay for the fuel in the car. Which son do you think will keep his car clean and waxed and maintained and oil changed? Which one you think would be more diligent in that? Just all of the things being equal.
The son that earned it.
The son that had to sacrifice to get it, right? And he will what? Maintain that car. So which car, if both cars were the same year and make, in 5 years would have greater value? The car that's maintained would.
Well maintained.
So see, when we don't really allow people to sacrifice, we rob them of value. See, they become more valuable after they sacrifice. So we're creating value in that person. You just give them everything. This is why a lot of times I say, you know, when we do field trips and things, let the students earn it. Let the parents earn it. Let's just give it. Let's just all go down. There's no appreciation because there's no sacrifice. We have to work on these things. We have to have an understanding in our heart of what this really means. These things are based on what? Principles and immutable laws. They're not just whims. This is the way we are wired. We're not wired to appreciate anything we don't sacrifice for. So we're not. We can't. We can pretend. Thank you. We don't mean it. Because it's nothing to us. Okay. And we must what? Provide the pulse. In other words, we must be able to know, the leader must be able to know what is going on with the team without having to leave their position. And we said that what? Leaving the position is really dangerous, isn't it?
Yes.
Remember the example of the car in the wrong gear?
Yeah.
It's dangerous. You're going to blow something up. You're going to turn something up. So the leader must stay in his position. But it still, at the same time, wants to know what's going on out in left field without having to go out there to left field. Okay? You ever watch a baseball game?
Yes, sir.
Rarely does a manager run all the way out into the field, does he?
Right.
Most of the time he's there. Unless somebody get hurt or something real strange happen, you don't see managers running all over the outfield trying to find out what's going on.
No.
They got what? You see them doing stuff like this. Signals. This is a way to communicate. That's what we mean by keeping the pulse on the thing. If you got a poor hitter that pulls the ball down the first base line and the right field is standing way over in the middle of the field, he got a signal. That means what? Shift to the right field line or the first base line. This guy gonna pull the ball that way. He's a strong pull hitter. So we have to have the same thing when we are out here communicating. We must what? Be able to keep the leader what, on the pulse of what's going on. Okay? All right. So we're gonna stop there today. And